Hi guys, welcome back to Street Law with your host Aine Mbabazi. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscription button now. Today I want us to talk about buying or selling land in your absence. To my busy people, my Basama friends, this is for you. We have seen people transact remotely. Say you're in the country, but you are not participating fully in the transaction. You're using your agents, your brother, your sister to transact on your behalf, your employee, and other people are transacting from abroad. You sell your land while you're abroad, or you buy land while you are abroad. But along the way, we also have seen so many glitches that happen, so many court cases that come up because of how the transaction was concluded or how it transitioned and etc. But amidst all that, what is very, very important that people do not normally consider as important is the power of attorney. The only recognized mode of representation in land matters is a power of attorney. That is the only mode that the law recognizes. When you're planning to buy your land or to sell your land remotely, first think about someone who you can donate a power of attorney to. That employee, that brother, sister that you are going to use, donate a power of attorney. What is a power of attorney? This is a document where you're giving someone authority to transact on your behalf. But it must be very, very specific. Are you allowing them to receive money on their account during the transaction? Are you allowing them to even get registered on the title temporarily as you come back? What is the scope of the authority you're giving them during the transaction? People tend to quickly get some templates from here and there and then sign it and you give it to someone. And then the content later on, when the transaction goes south, is when we start reading the content word for word. A power of attorney is very sensitive. It is supposed to be worded specifically. If you don't want to give someone authority to do something, don't mention it. If you are giving them authority to do only A, B, C, D, let it be very, very clear. Once you are done drafting it, signing it, it must be registered with URSB for it to take effect, for it to have evidential value. So once you are done with that, even you, the person receiving this power of attorney, meanwhile, watch out for what authority they have given you. Because should you act outside that authority during this transaction, you're going to be liable personally. Much as the power of attorney will shield you for all these other things, errors that you will do during the transaction that are within the scope of your authority. Should you get out of the scope that you have been given, even if you do anything that benefited this person, as long as it was outside the scope, it's going to be on your own personal account. So once you are done with that document, you can now go ahead and transact. Once the transaction is complete, go ahead and write a revocation. The revocation should also be registered the same way you registered the power of attorney. Because if you leave them with powers, they might still act within them, but manipulate them, and you do not want to go that direction anyway. So once you're done, revoke the power of attorney. Someone else is going to say, I can still transact, I can still have an agreement, sign it electronically, and that's granted. But we haven't yet appreciated electronic signatures as much as possible, because even now, currently, for example, if you wanted to register a power of attorney that you signed electronically, URSB is not in position to do that. Even after the Electronic Transactions Act has been passed into law, the system hasn't yet been set up to fast track these electronic signatures. So there's still a gap there, and it's always best that you sign hard copy and maybe send it by courier to Uganda in particular. And if you want to go ahead and transact without a power of attorney, because you've probably done it before, you've sent money to your brother and they've bought the land, this might sound like it's not as important until you are cheated. When finally you are cheated, that is when, that's when we'll want to track back the money that you sent, what was it for, or the money that this person received and you're complaining they didn't remit it. What was the agreement between you and him or her? If there is a power of attorney, at least you can hold them liable, that I gave you powers to do this, you did this. Or to receive money and you received it, you did not remit it to me. So that is the essence. It not only protects you, it also protects the person who you are transacting with. By and large, that is the best way that you should participate in a transaction where you're either buying or selling land remotely. Apart from that, there's going to be a lot of issues that we cannot easily rectify if we cannot trace the relationship between you and the person who was helping you in this transaction. So before you send your hard-earned money to this person, ensure that there's a commitment that has been put in place between the two of you. That's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get informed every time I post a video. I want you to be a street lawyer on your own. Don't forget that. Until next time, bye-bye.